What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, this is the Volkswagen T1 double cab pickup. Looking absolutely fantastic. One of my favourite builds. We did say we were going to do a custom one. I didn't realise it was going to get nominated for a competition so soon. But here is our custom one that we're going to be working with today. Now, first off, I would just like to say thank you, everybody, for putting up with me being away for the week. My back was absolutely killing me. It's still a bit sore, but it's definitely on the road to recovery now. I can at least sit at my computer and get some recording done. So that's what we are going to be doing today. So thank you very much for your patience, all your kind words. You're all wonderful. I love you all so much. You are fantastic. Before we jump into anything, though, I just need to say we finally, a bit late, got that Salem Earthquake Rex onto the show car board. Sadly, it came in 10th place. Not last, but 10th place with a score of 9.1 out of 10 from 5 votes. So thank you to everyone that voted. Just a bit of a shame. I'd have liked that one to have been a bit higher on the board because I was definitely very proud of that one. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to today's beautiful one. Yes, this is our competition entry. Everyone on the official Red Dot Games Discord server linked below and on screen. Wonderful, wonderful place. I love that server. Everyone in there is mostly nice. We do our competitions once a fortnight, and obviously we mix them between mods and law casts. Everybody can take part, and it's kind of a fair playing field, even though there's no prizes most of the time. Occasionally we get a DLC code to give away, but not all of the time. So there we go. Competition explained. Everyone builds one of these. Absolutely fantastic. And everyone votes for who their favourite, or which one that their favourite is, and that one takes the crown and is immortalised forever in the Hall of Fame on the same Discord server. So there we go. This is what we are working with today. As I said, it is the Volkswagen T1 double cab pickup, and ours is called the VM Musical Showpiece, and that will all make its sense perfectly a little bit later on. We got ours from the auction house. It's available in the barn, the junkyard, or the auction. Condition-wise, it's feeling pretty sorry for itself. There's lots of bits missing, so we definitely got our work cut out for this one today. But did we get a good deal? No. Of course not. 26,921 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 25,175 right now, losing out on 1,746. I'm sure we'll be able to claw all of that back and make some awesome profit a little bit later. Awesome profit. We're not selling this. We will never, ever, ever be selling this one. I don't even care if you guys don't like it. I think this is one of the most beautiful cars and liveries I have ever created. So if you don't like it, shh. No, seriously, give me a score out of 10 in the comments so we can get it onto the show car board. I want this one to be the top spot. I don't think it will be because not everyone has the same taste as me, and that's absolutely fine. But anyway, let's jump into the engine in this one and its power, which has not changed. I didn't really do anything with this engine. This one was more about the style and the livery than anything else. It does have a custom exhaust, don't worry. It's got the B6 M6 4.01 engine in there, pumping out 42 horsepower. We're not worried about power. Again, it's a show car. It's for display, cruising around, not high-speed driving at all. We will be tuning up this one, though, as much as we can with all the performance parts, trying to squeeze as much power as we possibly can out of this beautiful double cab pickup. So there we go. That is the truck we're going to be working for today. We've got bonus parts. We've got an amazing many hours worth of work in the custom livery for this one today. And if you want access to it yourself, hit that join button below and become a member of the VM Garage Club, where you too can get access to all of my configs and liveries that I create for the competitions. Absolutely wild. It gives you access to my Discord. That's where I publish them all. If you do want to come and chat with us, come and say hi. Even if you just want to support me and don't want to join the Discord, absolutely wonderful. I would very much appreciate you. It's £2.99 a month. £2.99 a month. I don't know what that would be in your local currency, but if you can support me, it's less than a cup of coffee, and I really would appreciate it. And while we're on that subject of things that I would really appreciate, I've got some merch. That was the crowd going wild. I don't know if you heard, they were pretty quiet in all honesty, but you know, that was the crowd going wild. I've got a couple of hats. I've got a normal like curved peak hat, flat peak cap, and a trucker style hat with the mesh paneling at the back. Got t-shirts, jumpers, hoodies. At the moment, just branded with my logo, which we actually, oh, there we go. That logo up there is on the front of the hats, it's on the t-shirts, on the hoodies. We also have the bigger concrete badge logo that's normally on the front panel up there on the back of one of the hoodies. So let me know if you're interested in any of them. I'll pop a couple on the screen now so you can have a look along with the link so you can go and check it out. And if you fancy purchasing one, That definitely really does support me, and it'd be awesome just to see what you think of some of the merchandise items. I am going to be doing some custom designs a little bit later on to add to the collection. Hope you'll enjoy them. They won't necessarily be Virtual Mechanic branded, but hopefully some cool designs that you will appreciate. But anyway, enough of that. Thank you very much for listening. TED Talk and all of that. Let's crack on with this beautiful double cab pickup. You know what we've got to do next. Let's get this beast into the car wash. Let's get her all cleaned up. In the car wash, let's get this beautiful double cab pickup all clean. See what colour she is underneath that dust and grime. Jumpy. Very jumpy game there. I have no idea what's going on there. And she's rusty brown and white. Not the colours we're sticking with. Well, the white is definitely a colour we'll probably be sticking with, but definitely not that rusty brown look. But there we go. Let's get the interior done. Get this beast back on the lifter. Get that engine out of there. Get everything else stripped down and start getting this truck all back together. Shiny and new and hopefully with an awesome livery. She's in the air. And there's no oil pan, obviously, because it's a B casing engine. So first off, we need to go and drain that oil regardless. So let's go get all of that drained out and see what it's like. Not much in there, we'll be honest. I was going to say not bad, but there wasn't much in there, so we'll leave it at that. But let's jump in and start stripping some of this out. Now, obviously, it is a rear-wheel drive, but first things first, let's get started with the starter. Out you come, nice and easy, and our first rusty bolt. There we go. We've also got to get rid of both of these wheels and obviously these drive axles before we can take that gearbox and engine out. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll be back in just a second. Well, that's the wheels and drive shafts out, so let's crack on with this gearbox. No more rusty bolts on there. Nice and easy, always liking that. And then we should be able to lift. Oh, are we going to have to take the manifolds off? We're going to give it a go with them on and see what happens, just because I'm curious. And it's been a while. So anyway, let's put that back down on the ground, and let's get the engine crane over and see if this comes out nice and easy. It does indeed. We can do it with them on. I'm actually quite pleased about that. But there we go. Look at that. Nice and simple. Not much left in this one. Let's check out the engine bays. I suppose we've got a little bit at the front and a little bit at the back. So we'll start off at the front up here, where we've got the battery that sits under the seat. Fantastic, liking that one. The fuse box that sits inside the dashboard. We'll check that one out a little bit later on. We will be putting colour on it. We've also got our wishy-washy reservoir just down here at the front and a brake servo down here as well. I don't think there's anything missing from the front, but I don't want to give some custom exhaust stuff away yet, so we'll check out that a little bit later on. We've also got our fuel tank and fuel pump down here, ECU type A up there, and if we swing around just here, we've got our oil filter on our wonderful service set, whatever you want to call that one there. I think that's everything in it. We're not going to show it because I don't want to show off the placement of all my custom exhaust, not until we've checked it out a little bit later on. But one thing we do have to do is we need to get back up to the front so we can drain the liquids from our wishy-washy reservoir and our brake servo. Nice and simple, right click, or however you bring up that pie wheel on the consoles. Additional tools, a train tool, and then click and hold or press and hold on the container, and it'll drain it all out nice and simple. There we go. I'm going to get the rest of the suspension all stripped out, all of this engine-based stuff all cleared, get it all repaired, replaced, or upgraded, and then when we come back, it'll be time to sort out all the bodywork. Oh my god, I can't get them out because I'm not technically in the engine bay. That's fair enough. We'll deal with that in a minute. For all of the bodywork, and then hopefully looking fantastic. Some of the bonus parts will be going on before we put it in the paint shop. Some will be going on after we've put it in the paint shop. But when we're in the paint shop, we'll be able to check out that fantastic livery. I hope you are going to enjoy it. I'll see you all in a moment. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on. I've just noticed that frame is really short at the back. I thought it was longer, but anyway, everything is repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on. But before we can do that, we need to sort out all of this bodywork, and let's just start stripping it off. I don't think we've got much left on here. Windshield, one headlight. Oh, let's go door and window all together. No window in there. This interior is part of the actual frame. There is some, you can just about see it there, a seat just hidden in there so that you can get access, so that you can sit down in this one if you need to. There we go. Just click on it so that you can sit down. That's what the seat is required for. The rest of the seat is all just part of the framework. Same as the bench, but you can't sit on the bench at the back, which is a bit of a shame. And have I really stripped everything off of this body already? That might have actually been everything, but we do need to get in and get that seat out of there. So let's pull you out, and that'll be exactly what's going back in. And the steering wheel, whatever one is on there, that's the one that's going to go back in as well. So we're not going to worry about that one at all today. Same with colouring at the seats. We're not going to worry about that one either. But have we got everything? 1% showing up on there. It does say bare frame and nothing showing up on there. So we really have got everything on that one. Nice and easy. Frames at 25%. and we bought it for just under 27,000. So what do we reckon? I'm hoping it's going to sell for a bit, so I'm hoping this is going to be high, but I'm going to say I'm going to go 1750. 2,000, not too far off for our double cab pickup. Let's just jump into the shop, not that shop there. We want to go into the fresh import goods shop, the T1 double cab pickup in there, and check out all of the parts available for this one. There is only the one screen. It is nice and simple. All the interior is labeled as to which interior color it is. Now, in the normal configs, you've got a black interior, brown interior, cream interior, and then you've got a drag race one or a sport one or something like that. I can't remember what the other one is. So that's where you swap these ones out. So there should be a rear door as well. There is just one side rear door with the same interior. The rest of it is all just like for like. Nice and simple on this one. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to go repair what we can repair. Turns out it was grey and not white. I thought it was white, but there we go. That's like a Nardo grey, isn't it? That's actually quite a nice grey colour. No, livery, it's already planned. Stick with the plan. Anyway, looking wonderful. I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to... Oh, I'm going to go repair the bits I can repair. Then we'll buy the bits we have to buy. Come back, get this beautiful double cab pickup all together, and then into the paint shop so you can see that beautiful livery. That's everything sorted with the bodywork, so let's get it all back on and ready to go into the paint shop. On we go. Actually, before we start with the door, I just want to lean over and I want to grab that dashboard piece and get that one in there. Nice and easy. Then we've got, obviously, our door up here, window up here, and obviously another window there, and a lovely mirror. The only bit we managed to repair was the right headlight. Weirdly enough, I'm not sure why, but there we go. On with the other headlight and that wonderful front bumper. They do look good. And our big old Volkswagen badge at the front there. Absolutely fantastic. On with the other door and the rear right door. The only... I suppose technically there is another door. We'll cover that one in a minute. In with the window, in with the mirror, and on with that other window just up there. And we've also got the rear window in there. Now this rear clamshell piece, on you go with a big old massive piece on there. Now we do have a piece inside this that's very hard to get to. So first off, you need to put this piece on. Then you need to go into normal mode, open it up, go back into assemble mode, and you can see Car Part 5 just sat on there. And get that little piece in there nicely. I'm just going to close that one back up and get the rest of these on. Rear right fender, that's the other door, by the way. That's the rear left door, in case you were wondering. On the fender on the other side, on you go there. And then we've obviously got our trunk piece. Lovely little tail lights, in you go, and in you go. Our rear bumper on there, and obviously a blank license plate just for the time being. We don't have a license plate at the front, just the one at the back. We go back up to the front because we forgot the windshield. And obviously we've got some window wipers on there as well, just for good measure. And I think that's everything for the bodywork. We'll check it in a second, but before we jump into that, we want to get those couple of interior pieces just in there. The cheeky little seats just sat down there, where you may have given something away, but never mind. Cheeky little seats just down there so you can sit down, and a lovely little steering wheel on there. Finishing it off nicely. That steering wheel is one of only two I could find that actually fit on that pole very nicely. So that's the one we went with. That's the one I preferred out of the two. But there we go. Is that actually everything for our double cab pickup? No, we are missing something definitely, and I'm not sure what we're missing. Oh, I don't like it when this happens. What are we missing? Where are we? Oh, I know. There we go. The little Volkswagen badge down at the back. On you go. Now is that everything? That's everything. 100%, 100%, 100%. That is what we like. But before we crack on with that, as I've said, we have got some bonus parts to go on this. This might make your eyes hurt a little bit. If we just click on this and click on this, there is just a couple of bonus parts to go on this one today. Down the side here, we've got two. I think the outside one is a running board. You're going to literally see all of the parts. There we go. The outside one is a running board, and the inside one is a neon tube. We go around to the other side. We should have the same over here. On you go. Outside one being the running board. Inside one being a lovely green neon tube on there. We go up to the front. This one here, this is a wheel halo going around the Volkswagen badge. I think that looks epic. And then we've got two other wheel halos just in the headlights there, just to give them a bit of shine, a bit of glow. I think they're looking pretty good. And this one here is another neon. On you go there. Now, if we swing around to the back, down here is obviously another cheeky little neon, just to finish all of them off. Then we've got some extra pieces. This piece in here, we're going to pop it in now, is a plate wide. On you go there. And I'm going to come out of that mode, just open that door. It just covers up a bit of the paneling on there, as you can see. There is a reason for it. So we're going to get the other bits of the bonus that's not the right mode. We're going to get the other bits of the bonus parts on there. We've got 2 of the speaker Kefs up here, or the Kef speakers. On you go, and on you go. We will be putting some colour on this stuff a little bit later on, but this is just so you can get how it looks. If I close the door and go in photo mode, it looks a lot better than it does with the door open, because you get a massive gap there. But if you were sat at the back here, what you've got is a sound wall looking absolutely fantastic. And as this is a musically derived build, I feel that was quite fitting. But let's crack on. We might as well get the rest of these bonus parts in here, although it's going to be quite difficult. Do you know what? I'm going to take this rear door off for the moment. There we go. And we're going to crack on without it so we can see a little bit clearer, because even I'm a bit confused by this. This first one, I'm hoping it is the speaker mold. No. No, it is not. Let's go back. Let's try and figure out what this first one is then. So what should you be? Maybe this one is the speaker mold. It'll be easier once that's in. That is not how that was lined up, so I'm definitely hoping that's not that part. Let's try and find which one that is. Is it the middle one? No. Oh, this might be a little bit difficult, you know. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to regret this decision, because that was all lined up perfectly. And realistically, it should be the middle one. So we try this one here. That's not it either. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this now. This might take a little while, so bear with me. There is a fast forward ×2 option if you want to go and press on that one. Let's try another one of these options. Let's go for that one there. It's not that one either. I'm going to get a bit confused, because this was all lining up nicely inside the car editor. Am I going to have to go back in and check it all again? It definitely should be one of the central ones, shouldn't it? I've tried all 5 of them now. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Right, we'll carry on around the outside for the minute. This should be the base boxes from Jackyl. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get you in and you in there. This here is a screen. One there, and this should be a screen as well. One there. On you go. Then I believe, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So they're the speakers. Then we should have whatever this part here is. Maybe that's the one. It was slightly lower down, just off center there. That is the speaker mold in finally. I'm glad we got that one sorted. The one at the top back then, it should be the other seat screen. Yes, there we go. The one just behind that should be a neon. There we go. You can't see it, but we'll check it out in a minute. Then we should have an amplifier, and a neon. Amplifier, neon. I'm not sure I can't remember what these 2 pieces are. Oh, I know what those 2 pieces are. We'll come back to them in a minute. Then up here, we've got our beautiful Jackyl speakers sitting up at the top. I said we're only going to get some of the bonus parts in, but we might as well get them all in. At least you can see where they all get placed if you want to build it exactly as I have. So I've done the 4 outside ones as the beautiful Jackyl speakers, and then the inside ones are these Pioneer speakers on here. On you go and on you go. And then our last pieces are just 2 running boards, just so we could get this bed a slightly different colour with these raised bits in here. Hopefully it's going to look fantastic later on. But there we go. That's all of the bonus parts. It took me a little bit longer than I anticipated. We got plenty of musical stuff in here looking fantastic. And that is going to wonderfully tie in with the livery when we get to that one in just a minute. I love all of these parts. I will list them all in the description below if you want to grab these yourself, if you don't already have the bonus parts. But if you want access to the config, you know there is only one way, and that's to click the join button down below and become a member of the VM Garage Club for £2.99 a month, where you'll get access to the config and livery and all of the other ones if you scroll back through. So thank you very much to everyone who has done that, and anyone who's going to do that in the future. You are legends. But anyway, let's crack on. We need to get this back together. There we go. That's the mode I'm looking for. Get that piece on there. Make sure this is all 100% now. We know we've got all the bonus parts on. There it is. Back to 100%. Let's get our double cab pickup into the paint booth so you can check out that beautiful livery. In the paint booth with our beautiful double cab pickup Volkswagen, looking fantastic. I'm loving the style and obviously all of that sound system in the back. Before we jump into too much, I want to show one thing. Someone's asked me about painting the bolts and things inside the vehicle, so we're going to cover that. If you have the quality of life mod, make sure you go into the quality of life file basically and enable enhanced paint. Enhanced paint or enhanced paint booth, one of them two. There's only one, and that will give you all of the additional options in the paint booth, including being able to paint all your bolts. Now, if I go down to here, screws painting, nice and easy. I'm just going to nip across one. And what I've done is I've put our front cross member in there just so that you can see these front bolts here, nice and easy. We're going to put them on a bright red just so you can see how easy it is. We want all screws to be able to see these parts here. You see they've all gone red. If you just go engine screws, obviously that's just the screws on the engine. If you go all screws but not rims, that's all of your bolts and everything everywhere that you install at least, but obviously not on the rims. And then you have a third option, sorry, for paint all screws, including on the rims as well. Obviously, we're not going for a red color on them today. I just wanted to show you that so that you could see how it's going to work. What we are going to go for is we are going for a bright white again on there today, looking good. It's going to go with the rest of the theme, trust me, but I'm going to go not rims at the moment because I'm unsure what I'm going to do with the rims, but I might change that to include rims later. But that's how easy it is to do that. You literally just come into the water droplet, which is where effectively all your additional bits for your quality of life mod painting are stored nice and simply. So that's that bit, nice and simple. We do also have, if I come off of this one and go back into this normal mode, where you can replace materials. So if I go across here, now the whole van is in carbon fiber. Obviously, moving along, we've got a whole van in glass. I know it's not a van, but bear with me. We've got custom chameleon, where you can set your own color. Obviously, our base color on this is like that Nardo gray. If we make everything very powerful, it might not actually work with the gray, which is bizarre. Okay, that's fine because it doesn't work with white. So we just pop it into green, and you can see it's not green because I've got the color all the way up. If I change the amount, bring it down, and the power, you should see the green in there. We'll bring the amount up a little bit, and that's how you get a green and purple. You've also got a matte chameleon on there. It's gone back to the Nardo grey, so we can't see it. And then back to your normal one. But obviously, we're not using any of that today. I'm going to come out just to make sure none of that applies. And we'll go back into the paint booth, and then we'll get it on with what we're properly going to do. I'm going to go back and make sure our screws, but not rims, are set. We're happy with that. Make sure that is in a white, not a black. Nice and simple. But now we want to go onto this screen here so we can check out the livery we are going for today. I think that's made my interior go black, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, so we have a livery definitely for this one. I'm going to change my color into matte. We're going to go for a bright white on that matte, and then I'm going to just go across here one where we've got this lyrical graffiti that I have made. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to slowly scroll around this one so that you can absorb it all in. There are song lyrics all over this, along with some silhouetted images and stuff like that. It's taken me ages. Some of my wonderful subscribers, my channel members, should I say, have helped me pick the lyrics for this, and a few other people as well, so thank you very much for that. But it is absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. I think it looks beautiful. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. It did take me definitely a long time to do this. It is our lyrical graffiti livery, and if I'm honest, I absolutely love it. I'm a massive music fan, and I certainly love song lyrics. Lyricists are some of the most amazing writers in the world, and I just can't get over how good some of these lyrics are. So that's what we've gone for on this one. There's a little bit extra. We do have a bit on the top here that just says support local music and venues, because you should. If you have a local music venue, you should go there, watch local bands, try and encourage some bigger bands to maybe come to your local venue. You should definitely be doing that. But anyway, enough of that. We're not politics or views or anything like that. So that's what we've got. I think it looks beautiful. And the one thing I do like is we do have this sheet piano music printed around the side. This is all from one song, and it's actually from this song here that sits just above it. And it is all one song that wraps all the way around above it, all the way around to the other side. It's just one selection of that song, and it is one of my favorite songs of all time. And the lyric on the front is also from that same song as well. So I hope you enjoy this. It is a fantastic livery, and that is what we're going for. Let's get that applied. On you go. Just look fantastic. I don't need to change anything else if I don't want to. I am going to. Don't get me wrong. I quite like that this has already gone black. Is that black? That's stayed carbon fiber from where I changed the textures. That's quite funny. Has some of this stayed there as well? I don't know why this has all gone black. Some of that, oh, it's stuck with that carbon fiber texture on there. We will be painting all of this anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's why I thought my interior had all gone black. So we're going to change a few little bits from the outside, hopefully looking fantastic. Maybe get rid of some of this chrome here. You know, I'm not a big fan of chrome. Maybe black, maybe white. I'm not sure yet. I think the bumpers are going to go black along with these. Not carbon fiber, just a normal black on there will be fine. And I think it's going to look fantastic. And yes, there is some cutouts on the back, definitely for my exhaust to go on there. I think it looks fantastic. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments below, along with giving it a score out of 10. But obviously save that score until we've got everything fully painted and finally finished off. But there we go. That's what we're going for our beautiful double cab pickup. I think it looks fantastic. I hope you all agree. I'm going to get on and start painting everything else. Next time you see this one, it'll be on the lifter with all of the bodywork painted exactly how I want it. You know, the bumpers, all the sound system in the back and all of that exactly how I want it with the suspension done. And then we'll crack on and get that beautiful engine built, slammed into this one, and then get it outside in the sun. I hope you are enjoying it. Let's crack on. That's everything painted on the beautiful musical Showpiece double cab pickup, all looking fantastic. But let's start with the exterior. Obviously we did the black bumpers like I said, and obviously the side step on there, all looking pretty good if I do say so myself. Self pat on the back again, looking good. We also give it a bit of black around the headlights just to blend in with that white on the body a little bit more, liking that. And the mirrors in a lovely black as well. Let's get around to this part of the interior, the only bit that's got paint on it. We did that flat plate, there we go, in a wood finish with a white and black on our double KEF speakers up there, looking very nice. Not really much you can see from there. Let's jump into photo mode and get inside just a little bit better, just so you can see it. The wood paneling I think looks fantastic. Obviously if you look from there you can't see the big gap down the side, but it is what it is. Very nice. I'm liking that. Let's get that one closed, and then let's open up this piece here. Yeah, I forgot that wasn't going to work. So we'll go into photo mode and we'll go up in the air a little bit and check out what we've got going on this inside. So we kept the two panels on the floor there in the wood paneling, the same as in the front of the van. There we go, just up there. And then obviously this part here, the stripes there are one of the parts on the van. So I just painted them in black just to get it to blend a little bit more. We did a white on our speaker stand there, just so the cones went white. We kept the texture on all of this. I think it looks quite good. And we did a green and white finish on the base boxes. So we kept the black outside and the chrome lettering. I would have liked to have changed the colour of the chrome lettering, but I couldn't quite get that to work. And then green and white on the actual speaker cones themselves, looking very good. Onto our screens. Our screens are all green with black lettering on the back for that Jackyl Audio Systems logo. And then obviously we've got black amplifiers with white writing, and then obviously our digital gauges in the blue. They looked quite nice. I could have changed them to white as well, but I think they look quite good in the blue. That monitor is the same as the two front monitors just there. And then for our speakers, we did a green and bass on the Jackyl speakers, and then a green and white on these front speakers. The black rims on there just stay black if you go to the right setting from the quality of life mod options. I think that's all looking pretty good. Hopefully it looks fantastic, and I'm hoping you all agree. But let's come out of that mode, close that one back up there. We did black around the tail lights as well, just to finish them off and look pretty good. Let's jump on inside. So underneath, obviously, first thing we've got is our stage 4 ECU, stage 3 ECU officially. But there we go, looking good with the beautiful textures on there from Barker. We jump over to here. We just did our oil filter in a cheeky little black. We've got a black and a green fuel tank and fuel pump in there. And then our suspension for the rear end is all white on the cross members, black shocks with green springs, green bushings with black inserts, thanks to the quality of life mod, bit steel black on there, green brake calipers, white shields, and a black knuckle just to finish it all off. I think that's looking pretty good. If we jump up to the front, we did nothing with the wishy-washy reservoir because you're not going to see it, or the brake servo, but we did do something with the battery just because I liked it. Bit of white on that bracket so we can see the Volkswagen logo, white on the base, and then them chrome support chroma support rods just in the black there. Our fuse box is cheeky little black. We'll take a better look at that one in a second because you can actually see it from the interior. And then as for the suspension, pretty much the same as the back with, with the white arms, black knuckle, black shock and all of that, and then just a white cross member in the middle. A few bits of splashes of green and white in there, green and black in there as well. And I think it's all looking pretty good. Hopefully the engine's going to look as good. Let's run around to the front very quickly, open up this door here, and can't really get, there we go, just about see it there. Black fuse box in that beautiful white dashboard. I think it looks fantastic. I mean, I love this build. I spent hours trying to get this livery right, styling it with all the bonus parts and things like that, trying to make it look as good as I could, and obviously lowering it down. You can probably tell it's just a little bit slammed. Very nice. But now let's go and build that beautiful, beautiful engine. Into the other room we go. It's already on the stand. The block itself, or the two halves of the block, should I say, are in black and green, hence why we've got these green plates up the front here with lots of black inserts on them, and then the main block itself in the black. We've got our timing covers, the back sides of the timing covers in a beautiful white on there with our cam gears, timing chains, and timing chain shoes, not painted because they're going to be covered up anyway. But if we jump up to here, we've got our engine cylinders. These are in a white, looking very nice. They're officially white and steel black, but you can't see any of the blackness on them, so that was a pointless effort on my behalf. The engine heads here are black and white. These bits go white, and the springs stayed a lovely red. Very, very pleased with how that one turned out. And obviously, we've got a camshaft on either side as well. Now, each side, or each head, should I say, because these are all individual, needs 2 spark plugs. So that's 6 spark plugs per side, 12 in total. And we've also got cheeky little white pipes just under here, all looking very good. I'm very pleased with how this all looks so far, but let's crack on and start getting some more pieces on it. We're going to start with these timing covers on the front, which are in a black, and then when this goes into the car, all of these bolts are going to go white as well, and they should look absolutely beautiful, in my opinion. Fingers crossed on that one. We'll see when we chuck it in a bit later on. Our crankshaft pulley, just in a cheeky little black, just to blend in with the green there. Looking good. We've also got an ignition distributor in black and green. The green's on the inside and a little bit up here. Not too visible if we're being honest. But let's get our rotors in because they're not painted, because they are going to be covered by our beautiful white and black caps on there, which again look very nice. And some beautiful green clips. If I can get all of these on just to finish them off. Where's the last one? Further around. There it is, just hiding in there. But as you can see, just the green clip just really bounces off it just a little bit. It makes it look pretty nice. Now, the only one that's a bit of a weird colour on this is the power steering pump, because I wanted it white, but I wanted the wheel black. And the only way you could sort of get that is using a standard colour. So on that one there, everything else is like a matte white that's then forced with the Quality of Life mod, whereas this is just a solid white finished on there, and it keeps the wheel sort of black. It's a bit grey. If we put the torch on it, not that one, you can see there is a difference between the black on that and the black on that. So there we go. We'll come around to here though. Camshaft bearings on you go. They're just in a cheeky little white. And then our engine head covers are in a nice black on there. And obviously white bolts when it goes into the vehicle when the Quality of Life mod takes over and gets them all painted looking fantastic. So let's get you on, nip around to the other side and get this one on as well. Camshaft bearing first, and then the 2 head covers. On you go. One at the top, one at the bottom. In you go there, all looking very nice if I do say so. Let's crack on. Moving up to the top, we've got our engine block cover. We'll get that one on. That one is just in a black on there. We'll get it all bolted up, looking good. And then if we go inside this bit, we've got a black and green alternator, just a tiny splash of green on there. But then we've got a fan cover, which is in a white. And then we've got our fan on top of that, which is in a green and white, just to add loads of splashes of colour to the front there. I think it's going to look pretty good when we get it in the van. On with all our belts, which are just blacked out as per usual, because that's how I roll here. On you go, on you go, and then we'll crack on. We've got fuel rails in green and white, looking very nice. Round to this side, let's get the other one on there. On you go. And while we're here, we'll just put our little fuel filter on as well, which is just in a black on there. But let's crack on some more. Intake manifolds. These are in white and black. I did kind of want white and green, but the only way I could get it was a much shinier white. And I didn't want that. I wanted this kind of matte finish white on there. It was all looking good and matching in. So let's crack on, get the other one on the other side all bolted up and ready to go. Then we can crack on with our cheeky little throttle just up here, which is in white and black again. But again, I wanted some green on it, but couldn't get it without changing the white. So there we go. Air filter covers in white. Then we've got our performance air filter in there. And then our cover on top also in a white with some lovely green clips just to finish it off. The same as on the distributor. Let's carry on around. On you go, and on you go there. Swing around to the back. We've got our blower up here, which is in a black and green. Just the bolts on that side went green. It was a nice touch. I really enjoyed it because these bolts wouldn't have painted normally. So every other bolt goes white, whereas these are now a lovely green, and I think they look pretty good. And then we've got our ignition wires just here, which are in green and black. The black bit going over the top of that shroud, looking very nice with all the cables in green. I really do like this colour combination, but let's crack on. Exhaust manifolds, they are in a lovely matte black, and the rest of the exhaust will all be pretty much in a matte black as well. I say pretty much. You'll see it in just a moment, because there is our finished B6 engine, looking absolutely fantastic in black, green and white. Oh, I was going to say, what is going on there? But it does actually connect to the spark plug, so that makes sense. I think it's looking pretty good. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments below, along with your score out of 10 when you've seen the full finished product. So anyway, let's come out of this mode. Let's get it off the stand, and let's get it dropped into into the double cab pickup. The engine crane's over. Let's get our beautiful engine dropped in. Open this trunk that clips through a little bit, but never mind. Get you put in, and then we can check out how good it looks and get the rest of all the engine stuff all finished off. Oh, the green is like not too much. Normally my splash color, I do way too much, but I like that. It's just enough. And when we finish it off, you'll see why it's going to look fantastic. Obviously, it does match in with all the like greens we've got going on up here as well, plus on our brake calipers and little bits on the suspension. And it doesn't quite match with the neons. If I go around to here, you can see that that neon is a much brighter color, but it's a light. So that makes perfect sense. But anyway, we've got a bit more to go. So I think we're going to have to get the truck up in the air. Up you go so we can get the gearbox, them drive axles in, and the last few bits of the exhaust. So crack on, round to the gearbox. Now, this is probably a first, maybe not a first, but something I don't do very often, which is a bright green gearbox with a splash of black on there. Hence why we get the end of the bolts there, all looking black. On you go. Then we've got our rear drive axles, both blacked out, just to blend in nicely, looking pretty good. Now, these aren't quality of life forced, because sometimes it can make this texture of our, I forgot what they're called, but you know what I'm pointing at, make them go a bit of a funny colour. So we've just left it in a normal paint black. Our starter is a full mapped out black, looking very nice. And then if we crack on around, the first time you've seen it all laid out, that's our exhaust layout. Let's get it all in and then get to the outside and see how good it all looks. So there's plenty of these pieces in here. Nice and simple. Up you go, up you go. All blacked out up until here. Well, actually not up until here. One more piece. The tip 4 is also in black. And then our tip 1, which is our actual exhaust, is just some white tips on there, just to finish it off, looking very nice. Let's get the other side in. As I said, lots of pipes, nice and simple, all nicely laid out, separated as well. They come from each side and they pump out to the exhaust individually. Let's just get it all in and then take a good look and see what it looks like. On you go there. That's all of it. The only thing we've got left to do is top up some liquids and get them wheels done. So before we take a full look, let's take a squat down here and take a stroll out the back. Pretty boring in the middle, mostly black. I'm glad we got the green neons in there, though, just to give us a bit of extra light. Plenty of white shining through at the front there with a few splashes of the green, and then plenty of green and white showing down at the back. And I do think it looks fantastic. And then our exhaust tips with the black shroud and the white exhaust is very, very good, in my opinion. Back down you come. We've got a few pieces left to go. I'm just going to close this trunk here, because then we're going to crack on and tint the windows and see if we can do anything with the lights. I'm not going to show you the window tinting because you've all seen it before and it probably can get a little bit boring. So I'm going to crack on and do that, and we'll see if we can do anything with these lights without ruining the finish of this beautiful van. That's the windows all done. We got 70% coverage on the front and a driver and passenger side windows for the front there. Although the passenger side does look a little bit lighter than the windshield, so never mind. We got 100% coverage on our back windows all the way around. Looking very good. What else have we got? Trunk option. I think this is just that trunk light there, which is already pretty dark. Yeah, we're not going to do anything with that one. But let's move around to the headlights and see what we can do. Very bright on there. Maybe we can take this orange out. Oh, that actually looks pretty sweet. Just on a tiny little bit of coverage. 1% there really makes that neon glow a little bit more because it's darker underneath it and does take that orange out of the indicator there. So I like that. We're going to stick with that. On you go and on you go. Wasn't quite prepared for that. That looks good. What else have we got? Tail lights. Round to the back we go. Now, they are red, and it would be nice if they weren't. So I think we are going to try... Could we go with the green? That's too much. Nope, we'll stick with the black then. And do we go 1% or do we go all the way up? 1% still sort of shows it. So I think we'll just stick with the 1% for the tail lights as well, because that is looking good. Do we have any more? No, that is it. Right, so let's come out of here then. Let's take a seat inside the van if we can find our little seat spot. Where are you? There you go. That front windshield is definitely way too dark. We're not racing it, so it's not that important, but I'm definitely going to fix that one. So we go back into here. I want to go onto my windshield. I didn't think it was that dark. Let's go down to 65 and see what that looks like. Try it again. In we go. Take a seat. Where's our little spot? There it is. That's still incredibly dark, isn't it? Let's try 60% then and see how that turns out. I can't believe how dark this front windshield is. Try a 60, see if we can get that one to go nicely. Open it up again and take a seat inside. It's still pretty dark, but we're not racing it. We're not that bothered. Should I have done the steering wheel? No, it does. No, it matches in with a little side handle on the left. I almost pointed directly at my screen then, thinking you'd be able to see it. Ignore me. So we'll leave that. That's looking pretty good. I'm happy with the tint. It is a little bit dark, but we can see in it from the outside, and that's kind of what matters because we're not racing it. So there we go. That's all the tinting done. I think that all looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Very pleased with how this van's turned out. I hope you are liking it too. Again, let me know in the comments. And if you want access to this beautiful config and livery, the style of this van, beautiful with all the bonus parts and all of that, and this fantastic livery, don't forget to click the join button below. Become a member of the VM Garage Club. Come and join us on my private Discord where you can come say hi, chat with us. I share some of my builds a bit early on there and also ask for you guys' opinion. And I did ask for plenty of song lyrics to go on this one because obviously I had a lot of like favourite or choice song lyrics, but it's nice to get other people's opinions. There's plenty of people's opinions on there. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But next up, we've got to crack on and get these wheels and tyres done, get this van all finished off, get it outside in the sun. The rim we've gone for today is the classic 18B, and the 18B, you get that natural two-tone colour in there, and I already think it looks pretty good, but we're going to go for a matte white on there, and then we're going to shimmy on over, you guessed it, to steel black, kind of a colour I use a lot in this one, and let's see what options we've got. Fully black, black and white, but I don't want the silver on the bolts. Maybe I should have made the bolts white. What else we got? Another fully black one. Then we got white rim, black centre with silver bolts. Not happy with that one. Then we've got a full black rim, black inserts, white, a little bit of white around the inside of the bolt section. I like that. And a white accent on the outside. I think that might be what we go for. Paint and mix is very similar, but kind of opposite, but still with the black bolts. So it does look good. But no, I think we're going to go for this one here. I think that looks fantastic. I'm liking that one. So let's get you painted. We're also going today to paint the tyres. I've gone for the vintage white wool tyre C, where you get a bit of tyre either side, or a bit of black tyre either side of the white wool on there. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into our green, and this is a natural matte green, but I'll just slim it over across so you can see that it is a matte green. Go into here, we're going to go across one onto everything, and you can see it does give a little bit of a green tint on the tyre on the outside there, but there's not much I could do about that, especially with the green white wool, and I do think that looks fantastic. So let's get that painted like that as well. Let's get the tyres onto the rims and then onto the van. Just balancing this last rim, and we'll get these on and then talk about the actual wheel sizes I've gone for this one today, because the rear ones are just a little large, if I'm being honest. We jump in here, you can see how far back that brake caliper is and everything, so we had to put a lot of ET on it, and the reason I had to move it back so far is so that the drive axle would still match into the gearbox. So we put a lot of ET on the rims, on the rear rims, so that it would match in. So the rear rims themselves are a 18-inch rim with a 245 width, a 30 profile, an ET of 125. You will need unrealistic tyre sizes on for this one, or unrealistic wheel size, which is just an option you can do in the base game settings. You can see how big that is on there. Absolutely wild. But there we go. I think that's looking beautiful. Loving the fact that the bolts are black, whereas the rest of the bolts on the car are all white. But let's get on with our front rim. It is the same, the classic 18B, but this is a 17-inch rim at the front with a 225 width, so a little bit thinner, and a 30 profile on there. And on you go. That green looks fantastic. I am absolutely loving that. That is this van all finished off. We've just got a license plate to go, but there we go. I like the rims with the black, with the green white wool. Green wool doesn't sound right, does it? Green wool. So we're going to go with green white wool on there. Yes, I am very pleased with that. It's pretty much realistically the only bit of green, apart from the neons at the front, you can see from the outside, apart from the brake calipers. But I am so pleased with how this turned out. I hope you have enjoyed this one as well. Again, do let me know what you think in the comments below, and give it a score out of 10 so we can get it added to our wonderful show car board. In my opinion, this one should be up there with the Mazda RX Wing 7 because it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So happy with how it turned out. But now I'm going to crack on, going to get the liquids topped up, get this beautiful truck outside in the sun. Our Volkswagen double cab pickup musical showpiece is finished, and she looks absolutely fantastic. I am so proud of this one. Definitely a passion project. I've always wanted to do a musical themed livery, but was never sure which route to take. Do I go for a specific band or things like that? But doing it with lyrics, graffiti style lyrics all over it, was an absolutely fantastic decision. Thank you for everyone who suggested song lyrics to go all over this vehicle somewhere or another. I did put a lot in myself, but my mum even helped with a few lyrics as well, if you are wondering. But yes, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I'm so pleased with it. So do make sure you give this one a score out of 10 so we can get it added to the show car board. And in my opinion, this is a 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. Like, it should be top of the board and it should never, ever be beaten. So, but I mean, it's biased because so much work went into this one to get it done. Obviously, all the lyrics, had to get them all written out and everything like that. Finding the sheet music to go down the side for a specific song, everything like that. So much work went into this one. I am so pleased with it and I'm so happy with how it turned out. So please, in the comments, give this one a score out of 10. And if you do want access to this config and livery, there is only one way to do it, and that's to hit the join button and become a member of the VM Garage Club, where every fortnight, give or take, I post one of these. I make a competition build and I do share my configs and liveries with all my channel members. So if you want access to it in your game, that is literally the only way to do it. So thank you to all the channel members. We do have a new channel member as well, Synchro. You're a legend. Thank you very much for signing up. And also Synchro was the person we did the bolts bit for in the paint booth earlier, so that he asked me for that, and we have done it. I say he. I'm not sure if the person is a he. The person asked me to do it, and we did it. So thank you very much for becoming a member. Definitely very, very happy about that one, so thank you. But anyway, let's crack on. We got one more bit to go on this beautiful van. It's not a van, it's a pickup. But let's get that rear license plate off, and let's get our Showpiece plate on, which I've just gone for lyrical on this one today. I mean, there was so much I wanted to put in there, graffiti lyrics, stuff like that, but lyrical felt like a nice choice, because if you actually look at the definition of lyrical, it's like it was a beautiful rendition or something like that. It was a lyrical masterpiece sort of thing, and that's how I see it anyway. I think it looks beautiful. I'm so pleased with this truck. I am blown away. Thank you very much again to everyone who helped with lyrics, coming up with ideas and suggestions. It is fantastic. But let's jump in. Ah, beautiful. Let's get in and see what this wonderful B6 engine sounds like. We've heard it many times before, so let's just get on with it. Lovely little grumbly, growly sort of tick over. Some gas. Not too shabby. Actually, I quite like that at the top end. It's sounding pretty good. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is and what its drag rating will be. We don't really need to see this dyno. We did one of these not too long ago to dyno and drag race. This is our show build. It had 42 base horsepower. Did we add enough to make it warrant anything good? No, we didn't. 55% gained with our performance parts on this one today. 23 horsepower, bringing us up to a total of 64 horsepower from 42 to 64. Wild. Absolutely banging. And a drag rating of E46. Not that we are racing this in any way, shape or form. I mean, if I owned this, I'd drive it, but very, very carefully everywhere, because I'm so pleased with it. Anyway, I've said that enough. Let's jump over here, have a look at the gearbox tune. I did pretty much nothing to it. I just brought it to 333 because there's a band called Fever 333 and I thought I'd keep it all musical related. That's literally the only reason. But anyway, on to this one. We've got our Stage 3 ECU giving us 16% additional tuning. The only reason I'm showing this is so that you know it is very easy to do it. And if you do want to find out, there is a link in the top right hand corner up here, or there's also a link in the description below where you can go and watch a nice short video, less than a minute, to see how to easily do this every time. There's also another one in the description for the carburetors. Again, it's a short, less than a minute, how to easily do that every time. But enough about that. Let's get this beautiful beast outside in the sun. Let's wrap this video up and see what's coming next. Well, there she is, all finished. And obviously, we've got no board placement, because that needs to come from you guys. I need you guys to give me a score out of 10 for this one so we can get it added to our wonderful show car board. But let's talk some facts and figures. I bought this beautiful truck for $26,921 at the beginning of the episode and could have sold it and lost out on $1,746. But we didn't do that. We spent a further $100,352 upgrading, tuning, modifying and painting this beautiful truck. I absolutely love it. I know it's not going to be everybody's perfect cup of tea, but for me, it is absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I have enjoyed building it designing it and then rebuilding it again today for you guys in the video. It is definitely been a passion project. But our total spend was 127,273, which is quite a bit in all honesty. If we were to sell it, would we be able to make a profit from this beautiful double cab pickup, our musical showpiece with that lyrical graffiti livery? I hope you have enjoyed this one. I've enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoy looking at it. I hope it's tasty, beautiful food for your lovely eyeballs. But anyway, let's jump in and see if we were to sell it, we would make a profit. Well, there we go, all 100% finished, and I still can't get over it. We didn't add any power, realistically, to this engine at all, if we're being honest. 55% tuning, even though it says 111 there. I don't think it can math properly. I don't know. But anyway, we didn't add that much tuning, and it was never about the speed or the power for this one. It was always going to be about how it looked. But it did cost us 127,273 from start to finish on this one. So is there some money to be made? Yes, there is. With a sale of 317,391, we would make a profit of 190,118 if we were ever to sell this one. I'm going to get off this screen so I don't accidentally sell it, because that's never going to happen. And I don't care where you vote this one. It will be going out here somewhere permanently. It's going to find a spot. I'm hoping it ends up in the top 4/5 so I can get it out here. But if not, it will definitely be going somewhere. Probably when we eventually swap this to the 5, move the Hooney Pegasus over there. If this isn't in the top 5, it will go over there with the Hooney Pegasus. But there we go. I've loved it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give me a score out of 10 in the comments below. And before we move on, don't forget there is some merch. And if you want to support me and you don't want to pay a monthly membership, which is absolutely fine. I totally understand that. But do you need a new hoodie, a new hat, a new jumper, or a new t-shirt? Something like that. We've got our lovely Virtual Mechanic logos embroidered or printed on a couple of t-shirts, embroidered or printed on a jumper, or embroidered on a hoodie. And we've also got this big logo on the back of one of the hoodies there as well, if you're interested in that. That's obviously not going to be embroidered. That would be well hard to embroider. That is just printed on. I will have some more designs coming in the future. There is a link in the description below, and there should also be some sort of weird YouTube tag, but I don't know how it works, if I'm being honest, mostly because whenever I've tried to click on it through my own YouTube channel, it tells me it's not available in the UK. So even though it's supposed to be available in the UK, if you're in America, you should be able to click somewhere on screen or slightly down below and get access to the shop or the specific item. If not, there is a link in the description below. It's also pasted on my Facebook, my Instagram, or my Twitter. So if you want to find it, one of them ways is easy to find it, and all 3 of them socials are linked on my channel. So thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this video. The reason I'm not doing a full outro, we will do a camera zoom in just a second, is because you technically already know what vehicle we've got coming up next, and I just want to spend more time looking at this beautiful camper. Up next is the Gavril Barstow, which was supposed to be this video, but obviously my back had other ideas and decided that wasn't going to happen, and I was going to remain in bed for pretty much about a week. So there we go. It is on the trailer. The Gavril Barstow is just there, looking absolutely fantastic. But don't forget to give me a score out of 10 for this beautiful truck in the comments below, and let me know what you think. I'm always happy to hear your opinions and suggestions for builds. I'm definitely always happy to hear suggestions for builds. I've got a few mods lined up that we will be working on, so I'm not too fussed about it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a cheeky little like. Don't forget to subscribe, and share it with your friends if you think one of them may enjoy it. If you have a musical friend who think might enjoy that livery, I know I would. I know I did, and I'm definitely very musical. Share it with them. And if you want to become a channel member for £2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee, you can do so by clicking the join button below. It's in the link in the description, and there should be a button on the screen somewhere for you to press. And like these channel members on screen, absolute legends. There's 4 of you now. I do appreciate every single one of you, so thank you very much for that. And I hope you all have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.